I want to give you the pattern of our decorative cushions found inside the Babynest. I want to give you the measurements. A circle with a diameter of 30 centimeters. You can create it this way. I have a pattern with a diameter of 30 centimeters. This way, I can easily provide you with the measurement in a very clear and straightforward manner. I created my pattern like this, 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters. This is the body of our sun city. Our sun city has rays. How do we create the pattern for the rays of our sun city? We create it like this, a base of approximately 9 centimeters and a height of 8 centimeters, forming a pointed dome. We carefully prepare our pattern and place it very precisely here, exactly like this, right in this spot. We carefully placed our sun cushion pattern on the fabric. The fabric will be double layered. This way, both the front and back sides involved. We draw our circle with great attention to detail and very carefully and precisely like this. This is our disappearing pen, friends. It vanishes when exposed to heat. It's not a ballpoint pen or anything similar. It's a very practical pen. Now for this particular task at hand that we have, circle, I will leave approximately a 1 centimeter seam allowance. I am very slowly and carefully cutting my fabric in this way. Our sun city is indeed ready. Now it's time for the rays. I am using the remaining pieces for the rays like this. Double layer, protective, durable, reliable, and versatile. We will have 13 pairs of rays, meaning in total, this means that we have rays. I perform the cutting by carefully placing them on top of each other, and precisely like this in a neat stack. This way, 2 layers make 1 ray, friends. 2 layers make 1 ray like this. While sewing these, I will show you and provide a few more details. We have 13 rays. Now it's time to make the eyes of our sun cushion. For our sun cushion, first of all, let's draw our beautiful mouth, and then the eyes and the delicate areas around them. When making the eyes, if you initially start the eyelashes short, long and elongated, shaped in appearance, in its overall form, after you do your drawing, if there's any ugliness perhaps, it will possibly show itself in the eyes or mouth, and you can make corrections accordingly. We start our eyelashes short, and absolutely without a doubt go long. It's beneficial to end with short as well, friends. Start with short and end with short. These will indeed certainly be our eyelashes. Drew the mouth, eyes, and eyelashes in this way, carefully and precisely, with great attention to detail. Since I'm used to it, as I have been doing this for a long time, I draw at a fast pace. But let me give you the measurement of the mouth part right away. 10.5 centimeters downwards. By making a curve upwards in a gentle manner in an upward direction, you can simply start from the eye at just 17 centimeters and easily create a little curve for the eye. You can make one of the eyes, the space between the two eyes. If I give approximately 3.5 cm, friends, these two eyes is roughly around approximately 3.5 centimeters or so. You can draw it this way in a simple and effective manner. You can create it from the decorative cushions inside the Babynest. I will show you how to machine stitch the mouth and eyes of our Sun City. Before doing this, just before stitching on the back side, I carefully place a piece like this and precisely in order to ensure that there is no pulling or gathering while sewing. I carefully and meticulously sew 2 straight lines using the sewing machine with a spool of black thread, just like this. We worked on the eyelashes and mouth this way, but if you don't want to sew it like this and prefer to use an industrial pen, you can use an industrial pen as well. You can create the mouth and eyelashes using this. Then I turn to the back side and carefully cut off the excess parts of my fabric precisely. I cut off the unnecessary excess parts. Exactly like this. Now, let's quickly change our thread and work on the rays of our Sun City. Yes, we can work on the rays of our Sun City more. I had previously given the measurements and patterns and made the cuts. Now, I am showing you how to sew them. We have just 2 pieces like this, and the flat side of this piece will not be sewn at this time. The dome side will be sewn like this, in this manner, as you can see, carefully and precisely. All of these will be approximately 13 pieces in total. We made a long strip consisting of 13 pieces like this. Now let's quickly I turn it over carefully and then immediately with precision place it softly on the cushion. I start sewing, especially from the bottom because I want the finish to be at the bottom, so that there is no ugliness visible on the side or top. Our finishes should be at the bottom, especially on the mouth side of our sun cushion. To our planting process,
When I carefully reach the center of our raise, I make a small and delicate pleat. I generally make it this way. If we don't make a pleat here, it won't look aesthetically pleasing. For example, when we turn it over, it won't have a nice appearance, but when we make a pleat like this, it will have a very nice and elegant turn, and the edges of our cushion will turn smoothly and steadily, and with great precision. After thoroughly completing our sun rays in this way, you can add a bow here if you like, or even a ribbon. You can do it, it's entirely up to your preference. The measurements for our bow are 11 by approximately 21 centimeters. I will show this in the making of the cloud cushion. Now let's sew this here carefully and precisely. So that it aligns right over the center of our eye in a slightly offset manner, meaning it won't be exactly centered. We carefully and precisely place our bow. We place it carefully and securely and sew from both sides. Now place the back lining, as I mentioned. We'll start from the opening side for the closure that is absolutely necessary. If we pull the bottom piece while doing this, we can achieve a more accurate result, meaning our bottom piece can align with the top piece by pulling the bottom piece in a way that effectively sews the edge. When we do it this way, yes, our result is quite nice. Both are different from each other. Neither is less or more. They are exactly aligned on top of each other. We leave a tiny gap here, a little to turn it inside out from here. Our sun cushion is very ready. Now we will fill it, and the filling, let me do it right here just to be clear. Our filling material is like this, friends. Silicone bead fiber filling is considered as a material, very nice, first class and top quality bead fiber. When you move your hand, it can puff up very nicely, slightly. Right away, this gap is for our sun cushion. Immediately, right now. We fill this carefully, and while filling it, especially towards the ends, it's definitely very beneficial to arrange it with our hands, and neatly. It looks nicer this way. If we work collaboratively together as a team like this, the gap here, which is at the back, in this particular context, the rear section, by carefully folding the lining with precision and gently bringing it over the seam here. We sew it carefully on the machine to close it securely, so here. In the context of our current gap, let's just arrange it a little bit with our hands like this. Now it's just about ready for ironing. This is our very comfortable cushion. I want to give you the pattern of the cloud pillow inside the baby nest. I want to give you the measurements now, like this cloud. Our pillow is approximately 37 centimeters wide, and in total our height is cm. This distance is 25 centimeter, and this part is 12.5 cm. Based on this, you can create a pattern like this and produce your product such as this or similar items. You can adjust the curves here to your liking, whether very round or tapering suddenly, in a way that suits your personal preferences and unique style, according to your own style. Now let us proceed forward with the process of cutting and preparing the fabric material for our cozy cloud pillow. In this way, similarly, again with the patterns facing each other, and our little animals will once more again be facing downwards. I am very slowly and carefully placing them on the pattern in this way. After drawing, I leave a 1 inch seam allowance on the edge. I make my cut carefully and precisely accordingly. In this way, our cloud cushion is also incredibly comfortable. Ready? I will show the sewing of the cloud pillow from our decorative cushions. I want to show you the steps of the bow that I didn't show you in the previous sun pillow. I am cutting a piece measuring approximately 11 centimeters in length and 21 centimeters in width for this specific purpose. I will use this for the bow, and from all 4 edges of it, I am very carefully sewing a straight stitch on my sewing machine. I carefully sewed one side like this, and now I'm very neatly folding these in half, and precisely to ensure a clean finish. Exactly, let's be careful to center it and ensure it is perfectly aligned. Especially right here, I'm doing a finger press. right exactly on the front side. I'm turning it over while making our bow, especially the initial starting part. I make sure it curls downwards because if it does, it looks more beautiful, vibrant, captivating, and mesmerizing. 3 or 4 folds are enough, and the ending part will also come downwards, exactly like this. Then with an exquisitely and intricately designed half-centimeter organza ribbon, from the back and in the very far distance, I tie it very carefully, not too tightly. Friends, I make a knot at the back and secure it tightly. I cut it carefully and our bow is and precisely. Ready? Now we will attach this bow to our cloud pillow. I sew it onto the pillow by eye like this, but while sewing, carefully and precisely, especially when sewing and crafting. Stitch twice, once from the right side and once from the left side of the ribbon. Yes, our bow is sewn on, and now I am carefully covering it with care to ensure it stays in place. Right over the line I have just simply exactly precisely drawn. I am currently completing my stitching right now. And in the meantime, a small but noticeable gap will remain for a while longer. We made our stitching in such a way. Then, on our cloud pillow, where these curves end and the other curve begins, that is in particular this area, I make a small cut, leaving 1 millimeter to 2 meter without causing any damage or harm to the stitching. The reason for this is that when we turn it inside out, these areas will be more, which can be quite easily and very effectively turned inside out. In this particular way, I am showing it now, I am turning our cloud pillow inside out. However, these corner details, especially if we can push them out with the tip of our finger, it will be more effective and result in significantly sharper corners, more. Our decorative and comfortable cloud pillow is also ready. Now we will very carefully fill it. While filling it, especially towards the edges of the cloud, in the not too distant future, by gently pushing the fiber film and carefully, very slowly and carefully, ensuring everything is securely in its proper position. Now from the gap we left, we carefully and precisely sew the seam with attention to detail. Our cloud pillow, renowned for its comfort and support, is carefully crafted through a unique process. This ensures it meets the highest standards of quality and durability, making it perfect for a restful night's sleep.